She said this is day 3. So like she's known for 3 days now.
Megan had a thing down there. It was one of the fire departments. Somebody got married and they had a big wedding reception, and this person went knowing they were positive. And they went.
Start a little earlier today.
So then they ended up with 2 fire departments.
Everybody
quarantined.
Super last minute.
You want me to pray?
Yes. Can I put you on the spot, please? Thank you.
God finds me on the spot all the time.
Jack is smiling because I used to do that to him all the time.
God of grace and mercy, we pause on our spot here to give you thanks for all that we have, all that we hope to be. We give you thanks for this organization, that through it we can live out the things that we think you would want us to do: serve others, be friendly, offer goodwill, all those good things you're about, God. So we give you thanks for this food, the fellowship, and the fun that we have. And we ask this all in your Son's name.
Amen.
Amen.
Right behind me.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Right over here.
Thank you, Mike. That's wonderful.
Saved a
For
few seconds.
Savannah.
First is the truth.
Second is the fair to all concerned. Third will build goodwill and better friendship. Fourth will be beneficial to all concerned.
Thank you. I kick off our meeting with introducing and inducting our newest member, Jennifer. So Sharon, don't take a bite. I'll take pictures. You can come on up
You'll
here.
take pictures, okay. Let me turn my phone off before Mike yells at me.
Oh, gotcha. We don't want you yelled at. Okay. That's what it said under Jack DB. I figure since I did inducted Ashley last week, we'll just take it back forward. There we go.
Aha. You ready to shoot? Okay.
Right. Thank you.
Now maybe drop this or you know it. Okay. Well, I am super excited to introduce Jennifer Rorick as our newest member. I have talked to Jennifer about Rotary for years. I think when she was still Jennifer Fleetman.
I think when she only had one dog.
So for those of you who say, I asked so-and-so, but they said no, things change. And now she's here, she knows half the club, and so she's here, and we're really happy. So I'm gonna give you your packet of all kinds of information in there. Open it up. So there's your certificate and some information about the club, a little decal you can put on your car. I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. The menu, so you can call ahead if you want, although if you don't see something on the menu you want, you can order anything. They're really good to us.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you your pin. You wear your pin everywhere you go.
Okay.
And just, there actually were, they started this when guys had suits and lapels and it was guys in Rotary, but you wear your pin so that people look at you and go, oh my gosh, that's Rotary, because we're so proud of who we are. So let me pin this on you. We don't have any doctors here, but I promise I won't draw blood. If we have some nurses. Dorothy, Tom,
I can collect it.
There you go. I love these new pins. All right, so there you are. You are officially the newest member of Rotary International in the world right at this moment. So please welcome Jennifer.
I will also say, if I may, Jennifer has, well, I was just told a few minutes ago anyways, that she's already agreed to help with our scholarship committee. So while she just got inducted, she's already on and helping with new projects and everything. So I think that's really
I
cool.
tell you what, our last couple news members are just jumping right in, and I love it so much. So welcome. We are thrilled to have you.
Thank you.
All right, so I just briefly want to talk about our Dungeon of Horrors again. I actually called yesterday and got us all signed up. I asked some questions because this is so new to me. So they are expecting 1,000 kids to come through. That is a lot.
Wow.
So my question to the club is, how do we want to purchase the candy? Every time I go to the grocery store, I've been buying a bag.
I'd say in bulk.
Yes, Jennifer, great response. But I didn't know if the club was going to donate some money towards it.
I bought $30 worth of candy yesterday, and I added that all up, and I think there's 300 pieces. I mean, I bought big bags of stuff.
I did about exactly
But
the
I bought
same.
it yesterday, tell you, because Kroger's was running out of stuff, and I thought, I can't wait another week to get this, it's gonna be gone.
I bought a bag of Tootsie Rolls last weekend, but I ate them. They're not going towards the dungeon.
Oh, these are all wrapped up in the back.
These were, and then I opened them.
I shot it for guys, Tootsie Rolls, because we need them. Do you want to use club money, or do you want us to buy bags and donate them?
Josh, how are we with funds?
Well, I would also say, just in terms of like a project, if everyone brings a bag, we can add each of those people for like the project itself.
Okay, well, Dorothy I have.
Yeah, so like anyone, so rather than just the people who are gonna be at the event, or like I was gonna shop beforehand, if we all can like, maybe, what is that, the 22nd, so maybe like the next
The
two
25th.
meetings, 25th?
Yes.
So like the next two meetings, if we can bring candy, I'm happy to like store them in the meantime if we need to.
I don't know, is it safe?
I'm going
We
to.
know about those Tootsie Rolls.
Not if there's that much.
Just no Tootsie Rolls, all right? Don't buy the Tootsie Rolls. We know we have a problem.
I've fixed my
I
sweet
have a
tooth.
friend that I can go to Sam's Club with, if you want me to look and see. if they have
I'm
it.
actually heading to Sam's Club after the meeting today.
Okay.
So I was gonna get a
Well,
big,
that's it.
I have 300 pieces, you have about 300 pieces. I would rather have more than not,
Oh, for sure.
because I figured if we have any left over, that can be in our giveaway Rotary glass with the pen. So we'll use it. It's not
Yeah.
like we have to eat it or anything.
And
I
I
do
think,
not eat any of that
If we
chocolate,
do,
by the way.
we'll help.
but I do think that if that's something we're all amenable to, I mean, that would mean that rather than just the people who are gonna be at the event itself, we could possibly have all of the club involved in it.
Would it
and that
cost
would-
the club anything to participate in this project at all? It would be completely self-funded.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I challenge and invite and encourage all of our members to bring a bag of candy, does not matter how big or small. Next week, Mike will be our acting president. Thanks, Mike. And then the following week, we will collect as well. Wonderful. So they are providing table and chair. We really don't have to bring anything but ourselves. I know anybody that wants to volunteer, we have some volunteers that are going to help hand out candy with me. You're encouraged to dress up. It is not gory at all. They said we do not allow any blood or blood makeup. I was like, great, this is my type of place. So my question to our club is, do we have a tablecloth that says Rotary? I do not have one in the one box of goodies I have. I have aprons, but I do not have a tablecloth that says Rotary.
I don't have a Rotary one, but I have a black tablecloth.
Okay, if you want to bring the black one, I'll have my husband make a big Rotary symbol and have it say Moundsville Rotary Club and laminate it because he works at a printing press, and we can at least put it in the middle of the table. I don't want to like scream we're Rotary, but I want him to know. And I'll print off some of our flyers and just have them there. If people want to take them, they're more than welcome. And I think that really is all the decorations we need. I do have 2 big Halloween candy bowls, so I don't really think we need much more than that. It's
They're just gonna be running through anyway.
Yeah, awesome, wonderful. So me and Sharon have some really exciting news to share. So last week after our meeting, we had the opportunity to meet with, oh my gosh, why am I drawing? Patrick.
Patrick's with the Plunrano.
Where is he from?
He's from the South. Patrick Plunrano.
So he is the first person in Rotary to produce a brand new club. It is a satellite club, but we are going to call it a companion club. I love that name so much more because they're not going to break away from us ever. They are to assist us. So what an impact club is basically an opportunity for any members in our community to be a part of our Rotary Club. They do not have to come to any weekly meetings. They can if they want to, but they're not required to. Any weekly meetings, they are just required to help us with projects. So these are those people that are teachers, different professions that cannot come on Wednesdays at noon to meet with us. I've been sharing the word because I'm super excited. I've had so many people say, I would love to be a part of your Rotary Club, but oh, I can't make it to Moundsville at noon, Perkins. So I have 4 people right now that are ready to sign up. I just need to know how to get them signed up. I'm assuming it's just filling out the application and having that.
Did he send that to you yet?
I have not received anything yet.
Okay, we
So,
have to maybe-
and he was down there at that Naples training, so he might have just got a
Right.
little carried away and busy. But we need 12 founding members to be a part of this club to start it. And I think the only officers we need is a secretary.
I don't think we have to have any,
We don't have to have any,
but that would be good.
but it would be good to have a secretary for that part of it. And then it would be good to have somebody that just kind of wants to be like the lead that we would contact. The way that they contact everything is through their website, and we would actually get access to the website. We would just be the Moundsville Impact Club, just like the South Carolina Impact Clubs and stuff like that. And they communicate through either like a Facebook Messenger or emails, everything that they do. So is there anything you want to share, Sharon?
No, I'm just looking, I think they talk about having like a private Facebook group so they could be like part of a group.
I think he said it was just like a messenger group.
Okay. Josh, we thought about your wife.
Oh, and I apologize, by the way, it would just be quarterly dues that are just Rotary International dues. So it's $27 a quarter for them to join. It's $108 a year, and they would just be billed out just the same as us
Right, and so if
quarterly.
you think of somebody like, who would we have that they come and do things and their families do it with them? So if somebody's coming, Cody, I bet your wife would love to do that. If
So,
somebody's coming to do service projects, they could be part of the Impact Club and be a member of Rotary.
yeah, and Patrick recommended to try to get family members, maybe past members, or, you know, members that were out in Cameron that just can't make it. And then new community, you know, networking people. So kind of a mix.
He said they call it the service army. Because it's like, yeah, we're always trying to find people to do service projects. This would be our people to do service projects. And I'm trying to find, I put it on Facebook this morning, I can't find it. But do you feel that as a member of the community, that you should give back to your community? And people that say yes to that, this is a way for them to give back. And they can be a Rotarian, they can give back to the community, they can do service projects. My understanding is as a group, they can do their own service project if they want, or they can participate in ours. But for people that want to help improve their community, this is a way for them to do it.
And they're still considered Moundsville Rotarians?
Yes.
They're natural Rotarians.
And like on
they'll
DACDB, it'll have our club, and then right next to it, it'll say Impact Club.
Okay.
So they're a member of ours, but just
Gotcha.
kind of like a companion.
Yeah.
And he's gonna
club
show
of
us
ours.
his office with the setup.
I'll talk to you guys more about that.
And you know, like think outside the box. 3 of the people that I have that said yes are stay-at-home moms. They can't get away because they have little ones in the house, but they want to help. And also, I'm asking people from Shadyside, that's where I live, because we don't have a Shadyside Rotary. 2 of them are from Shadyside. I have 1 from Moundsville, and then I have 1 from St. Clairsville. So it does not have to be somebody in Moundsville. But when you share the projects that we do, everybody's like, what are your projects? When I tell them about like Rise Against Hunger and the Adopt a Grandparent, and you know, I was like, you get to go shopping with me. You get to like hang out with me more.
I'm trying to. Patrick said he will buy the first 12 shirts and packets for the first 12 people. And you only have to have 8, but our goal is 12 by whatever the first Wednesday in November is.
I think it's November 3rd.
Yeah. I was gonna say
We want to kick this off. If it rolls back 1 week, I'm fine with that, but I don't want it to go back.
No,
Okay,
November 3rd.
okay. I don't know if I'll be here, but that will work.
Oh,
I have that training down in St.
Oh, shoot.
Charleston
okay, well
for
then we can make it the next.
whatever works best.
He said their club has just grown since they started it. His club is the 3rd one in the world.
super cool too, like on the website that they designed that they're gonna allow us to team up and use as well. So it's not like we have to forge the way or reinvent anything. It's really cool how you can track your project hours. So like we would encourage all of our members to track their own hours. It's not gonna be Brianna or Sharon doing all the tracking. It's gonna be each person's gonna log in. And it's kind of cool because we're not in a competition, but some of us are kind of competitive. I'm gonna admit, I am super duper competitive. You saw me at the Chamber Olympics. Yes, I'm super competitive. So, and I like that. I wanna win. I want our club to win. So it's really cool because you track your hours and there's this grid and it will like say Sharon and it'll have her hours, then Brianna and hers, and then Bob's, and you always want to have the most hours. So it's gonna encourage people to want to serve, you know.
Like, it is killing me that Ashley's got 3 people already, and I have
4. I got 4.
4.
I got 4. Yeah, I asked my dad today and it was a really hard no. So I'm getting no's as well. He was like, I've done my service in my life. And I was like, all right, Dad, I thought maybe you'd want to come hang out with your daughter or something. He's like, I see you enough. All right.
That's the way.
So always know that maybe a no is just not right now.
Well, my no's, I have 3 no's. One is a no because she moved. I'll give her that. The other 2 aren't, they just can't right now, but they think it's a really cool idea. So,
Yeah, and I mean, look, how many years have I been asking Jennifer?
lots of.
So, so just putting that bug out there.
And I put my second one on today, I'll post on Facebook about service and service to the community, and if you want to do that. I believe in layering, and you kind of put a bug in somebody's ear, and then you go, hey, did you see that post on Facebook? This is what I'm talking about, and I think you'd be great at it. How would you love to be a charter member of the 5th club in the world, or the first one?
We can still be the 4th.
No, I think Spring Valley is going to be the 4th.
Oh, is there another one that's
Yeah,
already?
Paul Matthews, the one I got it from, because I thought they were in the same club, but they're not.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to be the 5th.
I like
But we'll
odd
be the
numbers.
first one in West Virginia.
Yeah, and 5 in the world is pretty darn
That's still
good.
pretty good.
The only question I've got from everybody that I ask is, I want more information. So I obviously can send them our trifold, but I don't think that that does enough. So I was going to I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try to do it tomorrow or Friday. Just put like a little 1-pager, real eye-catching, colorful, couple of our club photos of projects, and just, service above self, really short and sweet. They want to see something. They want to see something. And then I'm pretty positive, please correct me if I'm wrong, or if we know, it's just a application just like we all filled out, and they only need to fill out the first 9 questions.
Right. And it just goes, the Impact Club by Moundsville Rotary. And
So,
they're a
Will they
full
be able to
member.
do that part online as well, like once we have that
I believe
synced
so.
in? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'll go ahead and I'll put like a little just 1-pager together and then email everybody out that as well as our new member application.
Mike,
I
you need to
feel
find
like
yourself for
there's a
talking.
step though that we have to get set up with the district and like international first. So when they apply, they go to that, not Moundsville Rotary, right?
I think so.
Yeah, so we need to get that
We'll
stuff.
get
in
all the
place.
kinks figured out.
Just dive in.
I know what we're already doing.
I feel like we need to do something to establish the Impact Club for Moundsville first through the, I would think, Rotary International.
Well, no, well,
Or is it,
ask Patrick. Just ask him. You have-
just because if they fill out a new member application, they're going to be kicked right into.
Well, we're not gonna put them in, I don't think we put them in yet. I thought we didn't put them in until the 3rd when we talked to Patrick and we all do everything. Put them all in as a group, I thought. We need to find that out.
Okay, we'll get on that. Is there anything else our club wants to share?
Did they come to the meeting if they wanted to?
Absolutely can come to the meeting, and then the only meeting that they are required to come into is their new member induction. And I also thought if there's people that just really cannot do that, they can maybe Zoom in and we can induct them, or
We'll do it at a service project. We'll figure it out.
yes, I don't want somebody to be discouraged because they have to come to one meeting and they can't. But yes, if they want to come to all of our meetings, they can
They just pay for
absolutely
lunch.
can. They would just self-pay for lunch or give Josh cash. So. How's everybody feel about this?
I like it.
I'm super
This
excited.
could really grow us here. I mean,
Mike, if you saw, it's insane. I mean, like, it wasn't like 20, 40 members they added. It was like 80 to 100 members in like 6 months.
yeah.
Because you gotta think, anybody that does it, I mean, the first person I asked, she was like, oh, did you ask Tammy? So, I mean, you gotta think, if somebody wants to do it, they're gonna have somebody else that they wanna go drive with that show up to these projects. So I feel like it's, once the ball starts rolling, it's gonna.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that would join us. The problem is they can't make every Wednesday, but with this could really, this could really change things here.
I'm pumped, I'm excited. I almost called Sharon every single day of the week last week
Okay, you
because
do
I'm
it.
just so excited. So, yeah, we'll do some homework and I'll get a flyer put together and then, we'll regroup
Start
next
asking
week.
people, though.
But start asking people. Don't let that deter you because we don't have
We need
all the
12 by the
answers.
start.
All right, I'm gonna turn it over to Sharon, who's gonna introduce our guest speaker.
Can I pass it?
Oh, absolutely, I apologize.
That's okay. So I'm gonna pass around again before I introduce our speaker. The adopted grandparent information, I don't know if everybody was here last week, maybe you were. But I'll pass it around anyway if anybody needs to order a gift or take a flyer or so, more than one flyer. Here they are.
Sharon,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
the flyer the same from last year? Like, has anything been changed on it?
The date.
The date? Well, you can, well, yeah, I'll take one, or if you can email it to me and I'll put it in the newsletter, because I have last year's.
Oh, okay. It's on
Yeah.
Facebook. You want to, but I can
Oh,
email it
if
to
it's
you.
on Facebook, that actually
It's
works
on-
better.
yeah, I've
because
been-
it's a JPEG.
I've had it
Yeah,
on
I'll get it
Facebook.
on Facebook.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've had it on there a couple times, but if I remember when I get
I don't
it,
have
I'll email.
Facebook on my phone, so I don't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Still have fun.
Yeah,
I think Mike's trying to.
yes, I do.
Yes, we're excited.
Okay, so, so I want to introduce to you our speaker for today. Social media can be a pain, but it's just so handy. So I reached out to Jess Ryan, I think most of you probably know Jess, because I know the St. Clairsville Rotary, the Lunch Club is doing a flag project. And I've seen it on there, because I think I've liked the page and I've seen it on their stuff. And so I asked Jess, it's like, how do I find out information about this project? We want to do one too, and we're looking at other clubs that are doing it. And she said, I'll connect you with the guy that's in charge. It's AJ, and she's connected AJ and I, and he's probably going on board. But AJ volunteered to come and talk to us and tell us what St. Clairsville's doing, how they do it, and help us answer some of the questions that we have so that we can get this up and running. So, what's your last name? Smith. So please welcome AJ Smith on as much as possible.
Sharon? Yes, I'm AJ Smith. I'm a civil engineer with Owen Associates in St. Clairsville. I've been a member of the St. Clairsville Rotary Club for 7 years now. My only regret is I didn't join sooner, but I'm currently serving as our club president, but most importantly, I'm our flag project chair. So I'll give you our kind of background and story of how we started the project and what we currently do. There's many different ways to do it, so you might take away, some things you like or some things you don't like, and use that information when you start your project. So I guess background, late 2019, one of our members, Lisa, was traveling in Michigan, visiting family, and she was driving through a small community in Michigan, and it was around Labor Day or something, and she noticed that the streets she was driving down, they all, almost all the homes had flags in the front yard. They all looked the same, and they were uniform looking, and it just looked really nice. And so she was asking, what's going on? Did everyone buy their flag in the same store? And they said, well, there's actually this club. I don't think it was Rotary. I think it was Lions Club or something. There's a club in town that does this flag service where people sign up, pay a fee, and then they come out and put flags in those people's yards during the flag holidays. So we got their little brochure, read through it, talked about it, and it sounded like it could be a good project for us. It's a fundraiser. All right. You're fine. And these slides, I just threw together.
I can't get that.
Scratch it out.
You
You had another list last week.
Yes, I did.
Okay, all right, I just added
Yeah.
one on there then,
Okay,
because I saw the one from last week.
okay, so
We
you,
had go around, but I didn't see me on there.
I see, yeah, okay, that's good.
That's why I don't come here.
No, I left Ashley off too.
So anyways, I've never really given this formal presentation, so I just threw a few slides together this week to show you some pictures and some information. But anyways, we looked at what this club in Michigan did and said, yeah, we think we could do that. We're looking for another fundraiser specifically to support our scholarship program. So we said, well, we'll start this new one and we'll say all the proceeds from this project will go to our scholarship fund for local students. And it'll also be kind of a service project, flags in the community for residents. So we had some discussions about it. Our board decided to move forward, and that was early 2020. We decided to move forward right when the pandemic hit. So things kind of stalled, and in April 2020, everything shut down. There was quarantining. We said, do we really want to do this or not? And we decided we actually needed to do it. It was the right time. It's something we could do social distanced, something we could do for the community at that time when everyone's trapped in their houses and businesses are shut down. Kind of show our pride in the community, a sense of solidarity. And we decided to start in May when kind of all the stay-at-home orders were being lifted. So the timing was perfect for us. So we started the paid service with Memorial Day there in May of 2020. And with the pandemic and stay-at-home orders lifting early May, we had the flags assembled. We decided to take all 200 we had put together and just line the streets in St. Clairsville for 2 weeks with the flags. And that was pretty awesome. We got a lot of good feedback on that. People who had not left their house in months, venturing out for the first time, seeing the flags lining the streets, just really helped bring the community together with spirits. And then it was really good. Unintentionally, it was good advertising for our project. Hey, did you like that? Buy a flag. So we rolled out the program. Last year, I think we had 140 or so flags that we put out throughout the community. And our club's about 70 people total. Right now, we have all 200 flags out each flag holiday. So it's kind of a step back, kind of the three main jobs or tasks to running this program. One is getting the flags, buying the materials, assembling the flags. Before we started this, I kind of searched online to see if any other Rotary clubs had a similar project so we wouldn't be reinventing the wheel. I found a club in Texas that seemed to have a really good program. I reached out, got a response back, and he was really helpful, told me how they do it, all the materials we need, sizes, dimensions of the pipe, where they got the flags, and certainly I can share that with all of you. So we were able to really be efficient and save time on the research by learning from that club in Texas. So we were able to buy in bulk. We had a group of Rotarians that had access to a machine shop. We ordered the flags in bulk from a manufacturer in Ohio. We got all the supplies at our local Lowe's store, and we were able to utilize his machine shop to take an evening and cut pipes and assemble flags. So that was really helpful. Along with that, we have a storage unit Originally, we had a 10x10 unit where we stored the flags. Now we have a 10x20 unit that's both our flags and our other club supplies and files.
Do you rent that?
We rent it, yeah. And the cost for the unit, the flag project covers that cost, as well as the other thing the gentleman in Texas told me was they use this website, which I'll show. It's kind of a way for people to order the flags, and it has a database built in. It really helps on the administrative side, which is another major task for this project. And the last thing I wanted to have to do, or anyone have to do, is have an Excel sheet and try to track addresses and orders. The website takes care of all of that. And there's a small monthly fee for that website, but it's well worth it. So last year, we had to order all the supplies, put the flags together. We had some upfront costs. We still netted around $4,000 or $5,000 at the end of the year for this project.
How much did you say?
It's like $4,500 last year. All went to our scholarship fund. This year, we didn't have any material purchases, just our storage rental and our website fee. And right now, we're a little over $10,000 profit for the year. And I would anticipate similar profits the next few years until the flags need replaced. So it's been really successful for us. The third major component of it is volunteers to put up the flags and take them down. So the 6 holidays we put the flags up for are Memorial Day, Flag Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, Patriots Day, which is 9/11, and Veterans Day. A couple of those holidays are near each other, like 9/11 and Labor Day, so we just leave the flags up for that span of time, for a week or two. But all the other holidays, we put the flags up a couple days prior, leave it up through that weekend, and then a couple days later, we take them down and store them. So using the website, which has all the locations of the flags, we're able to break them up into groups. We have flag teams of members and volunteers with a team leader, and each team is assigned a route of flags. We keep the same teams on the same routes just to help with efficiency, and with time they get to know where the flags are. They probably use their list at all. So that's worked out really well. We have five teams with at least 4 people on each team to cover all 200 flags that we currently have now. So these are just some photos of the teams when they're putting the flags out. They go pick them up from the storage unit based on how many they need for their route. Throw them in a truck and go put them out. The flag poles are metal. They're 10 feet tall. The flags are 3x5 that we use. And then we use what we call these flag sleeves. This is just a plastic PVC pipe, about 1 foot long. But when someone new signs up as a flag customer, we go out to their address. If they have a preferred location in their yard, they want the flag, we try to accommodate that. If not, we put it somewhere where it would be easy to find and easy to put up and take down. Our guy with the machine shop fabricated some probes that we use to kind of pound these into the ground. This goes down and sticks up maybe 1 inch just so we can find it again. But they're able to mow over it. It doesn't stick up or interfere with anything in the yard. But this stays in the ground, and then every flag holiday, we find the sleeve, and the flag on the pole just slides right into it. And then holiday's over, we come around, take them out, roll them up, put them back in the storage unit. So these are just some more pictures of our volunteers going out putting flags up and down. I've heard of some clubs that use like local Boy Scout groups or your impact group. Sounds like it'd be perfect for helping with this project. But, you know, it's, like I said, each flag team, we try to have at least 4 people because, you know, people are once in a while gonna be on vacation or not available, so they like to have at least 2 available each time you have to put up or take down the flags. And, you know, sometimes if they need help, I'll go out and help the teams, but mainly my job is just to run the website and send out the lists to the groups, make sure they're, you know, on task and get the flags up and down when we need to. If you heard the read, this is just some feedback we've gotten from the community based on our project. This is just a snapshot of the website that we use. The website's run by another Rotarian in Texas. He has an IT company, and he started this website with software specifically for flag projects and mainly for Rotary clubs. So there's several of us, several clubs around the country that use his service and his website. Again, I couldn't imagine doing this program without it, based on the number of flags we have out. We have a link to this website on our Facebook page, so people just click on it, takes them here. They can pay by credit card, put in their address and name, and then, you know, I'll get a notice, hey, they need to leave in their yard.
Did you have to provide like the information for this site, or since it's kind of a, I don't want to say universal program,
Yeah.
but were they able, like, they provided that image, or like?
Yeah, that's not our image.
Ah,
Because some clubs do, I think they call it like a Field of Heroes.
Okay,
So this can be used for both.
Okay.
There's actually an option in this, you know, the home service or the Field of Heroes. We just do the home service right now, or for business service. But yeah, the guy who runs it was great. All this is mainly boilerplate stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, he sent me the wording template, and I edited, you know, put in St. Clairsville and my information. There's
Thank
also
you.
a link
I
to a
love that.
PDF.
Yeah.
Because we also have a paper form. If people
Yeah.
want to pay by check or cash, they can do that.
and if they pay by card, how does the money get funded?
So the money goes into the website. I think there's like a 2 or 3% fee. So we charge $60 per year for the flag service for 6 holidays. So if they pay by credit card, you know, we get like $58 something. And that goes into this wallet on the website, and that wallet accumulates as people pay for flags, and then every couple of months our treasurer logs in, transfers that money into our bank account.
So, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This
So-
was a good find.
Yeah. So if people pay by check or cash, that's fine. There's this extra step of me or someone having to enter their address into here, so it's all in the same database. That way, when the holidays come around, I just hit print routes, and the list get printed out, go to our team account.
I found a couple places where they do a similar service, but it's not nearly as inclusive. This is awesome.
Yeah.
And also there are some companies or some places where you can buy, because Fairmont they cut the pipes and everything, they do all that themselves. Cheat Lake does not, and you can actually buy the whole setup. Like, so you don't have to
Yeah.
make anything. It
That's,
costs more, of course, but
that's one thing our Rotarian member who has a machine shop talked about is, I could cut these and sell them to other clubs to use. So that could be an option for sure. But the website has been really nice to have.
how did you, when you started the project, how did you approach people to get them to buy the flags? Did you have a letter? Did you just talk to them? What did
So
you do?
when we did the service part of it with the 200 flags lining the streets, we did put out flyers and doors saying, hey, we're going to be putting a flag up. For some reason you don't want it in your yard, let us know. Nobody let us know. So we did that, and then there was a little confusion. People were like, well, why didn't I get a flag? You know, we only have 200, we got to space them out. But if you want one, you know, here's a flyer. You can sign up and buy it. We did a lot on social media through our Facebook page. We had the printed flyers that we tried to put businesses. We did some marketing through the chamber, local chamber of commerce. Just word of mouth. Of Porterfield's drive-through in St. Clairsville is a location where people could get a paper form and drop off checks. We got a lot of orders through there. But just sharing the website on Facebook, that's a lot of orders too.
And once it gets started, it's easy because people see
Yeah,
the flag.
first holiday, people see and neighbors talk. You know, once you get one house on the street with a flag, the next time their neighbors sign up, the next time you get 2 more neighbors sign
Right.
up. And that makes it nice too for setting them up.
Excuse me, initially, how did you promote this to let people know about the project and get the word out in the whole community?
Yeah, I think it was, again, it's a little confusing in my mind because we were doing the service part of it and the fundraiser, but I think we just did a real focused blast on Facebook. Hey, our Rotary Club is doing this project. It's a show of patriotism. All the money goes to our scholarship fund. We had similar wording on a flyer. I can send you guys an example of that. And then we had that flyer put out in the weekly chamber newsletter. I went to some Chamber of Commerce meetings and talked about the project. Our Rotarians just word of mouth and handing out flyers. A lot of people still don't know about it who live in St. Clairsville. It's just trying to, I think social media is key, and then just having Rotarians who know, a circle of people and promoting it that way.
Okay, good.
Sorry, go ahead, Nan.
How long does it usually take for the teams to put on top?
Yeah, so
Is it-
some teams have bigger routes than others. The bigger routes probably take a couple hours. The key is finding these things. When the grass starts growing up, it can just we tried spray paint. We'll spray paint them before we put the flags in, make it easier to find next time. But if these get pushed down flush with the ground, they're hard to find. The other thing we do is when I set the sleeves originally, I take a tape measure off the curb or the sidewalk. We also spray paint the curb or the street in line with the flag. And then I make a note in the website, okay, we're 5 feet off the curb, just east of the tree in the front yard. And then that way each team, when they have their list of addresses, they have those sleeve notes in there. They'll find the sleeves.
AJ, Fairmont, for some of that, with this you can do it, you don't have to. But in Fairmont, they always do it 2 feet from the curb.
Yep.
And they put a red line on the curb. It's 2 feet in, and they get little red caps that they put in the top of the holder.
Okay.
So that, I don't know how they stay in, but
Yeah.
so they're in there, they're down below the height of like a mower, and
You
then
can do
they
that,
find
that'd be
them.
great. We thought about that. In St. Clairsville, sometimes there's not even a curb. Some people live on a township road. And also, we were kind of afraid of, our flags are 5 feet long. We didn't want it to where the flag might be blowing out in traffic.
Oh, yeah.
So we tried to keep them at least 5 feet off the edge of the street. We also didn't want to hit utilities. I mean, these are only a foot deep, but a couple of times I've got a pipe and had to move over and try again. So we tried to stay out of kind of the street right away. And some people, you want to put it 5 feet from the curb where you can find easily, and then they come out of their house and say, "Oh, I want it over here by my landscaping." So you can't say no.
Right.
You just have to make notes.
And you can put those notes in this.
Yeah, I put the notes on the website. So this is what anyone signing up sees. This is the front end of the website. And then this is just a snapshot of the administrative back end of the website. So if you have 1 or 2 people who are going to do the maintaining of the website, this is kind of what I see. And you're able to click on each of these and get all the information you need. For each subscriber, there's a place to put notes in to help teams find the sleeves. And I tell them, take a tape measure with you when you go out, because it's hard to just eyeball 9.5 feet from sidewalk.
Right.
You know,
That's awesome.
So do you have like a parameter only in city limits?
So we started out saying within our St. Clairsville zip code. Again, it's hard to say no, and someone say, well, I just outside of town, but I really want a flag. I have said no a couple times. I also have said no to people who just want to purchase the flag and keep it. You know, they'll say, well, I'll pay $100, but that's not what our goal is. And you know, even though it costs more than the flag or the annual subscription, we want those repeat customers.
Right.
But so there's a button on here where you can kind of see the map of all the flags. So this, you know, St. Clairsville is kind of in between the yellow rows 40 and 70 there. And you can see we've got flags clear out. There's a subdivision up near the ceiling to the north where we have a Rotarian who lives in that subdivision and got all, you know, they had their own Facebook page for their community.
Oh, gosh.
And he got all his neighbors and friends to sign up. So we have a team that just focuses on that subdivision. But you know, most of the flags you can see are in or near St. Clairsville. There's a couple of them that are off the screen, including my house. But you know, I try to cover those so the teams don't get spread too thin. They can just focus on their areas. But yeah, we try to keep it to St. Clairsville zip code is what we said.
Now your storage areas, we have scouts already lined up. These guys are the scout guys to help us.
Perfect.
What?
That's Cody.
Okay. I thought you said let's hope. I was like, what? And we need a storage place, and we were going to see who had a place, but it's a good idea to just rent. But does it need to be climate controlled, or like do the flags
No.
get moldy or anything?
No, you just don't want water to get in there.
Right.
So we make sure when we roll up the flags that they're dry, because you don't want the red to bleed onto the white.
Right.
And then you either have them laying flat or standing up, laying in the corner of the storage unit. You don't want them laying on the floor.
Right.
But yeah, the temperature doesn't matter
Okay.
as long as flags stay dry.
Well, then we can keep our stuff that we don't know what to do with in the storage unit too.
Yeah, that's what we did. 'Cause we had boxes in people's basements, past presidents
Right.
and scattered. And this storage unit really gave us a place to bring it all together and keep it. And it's a combination lock, so all the teams have the combination. You get the scouts the combination. You get flags.
So does everybody usually sign back up annually? I mean, I know you're newer. to
Yeah,
this,
it's
so
only
you
our
don't
second
actually-
year. We had about 80% renewals from last year. But then we had more new customers than we had non-renewals, so we were able to grow. We're up to 200 now.
Do you need to remove that from the yards that do not renew? That's-
No, we leave it. It doesn't hurt anything. It'd be tough to get out, I think, once it's in there. But it doesn't hurt anything, so we leave it. And if they ever sign up in the future, maybe we can find it again.
That'd be a good lead. You say, we're doing this project and you already have a thing in your yard.
These are pretty cheap to make and install, so. We don't have to worry
Once
about
they're
it.
there, they live there.
Yeah, worst case, if we can't find it, even for renewals, we can't find it, we'll just put new one. And then I think this is just kind of zooming in a little bit more on that map I was showing, if you need to find, a specific address or.
I am super excited about this
What
website.
street.
Is
And then-
this map on the website?
Yeah, this is all on the website. And then when, for the holidays, when I click print routes, if this is one of our team's routes, there's some customizing in there because it's not smart enough to know, okay, you don't want to double back on this street, but you can set it up so that the team gets the flags in order where they'll be driving. They don't waste time driving back and forth, and it'll show the route they should take. Let's get one address to the next.
Cool. Awesome.
Any other questions?
Do you put like a tag or marking or anything on it that's like?
So on the flag pole, we had like a return address label. So St. Clairsville Rotary Club and our address. We just stuck those on the metal poles. I don't know how long they'll stay on there, but we did that. We haven't had any issues with flags disappearing or theoretically anyone could walk by and pick one up out of the ground, but And
I hope they're not gonna do that to the
Yeah.
flag.
Right.
No, it's been great.
You never know.
No issues with that.
Any issues with that? Anybody doing flags?
No, that's what I was saying. We've never had any flags vanish.
That's good.
You know, when we pick the location, we also try to look at lighting. So, you know, at night, if there's a street light or something nearby or porch light, we try to put it where there'll be some light on the flag. And we tell the owner, we tell the customers that's their responsibility is illumination. Make sure there's some form of light on the flag at night. We talked to the American Legion before we planned the project to make sure it'd be in compliance with all their current flag etiquette guidance. Yeah.
Thank you so
This
much.
was super
Sure,
informative.
Yes.
It's been my favorite project as a Rotarian. You know, when I became club president, they wanted me to give this up and let someone else do it. I just couldn't. I really enjoy it. I like that it's a fundraiser, but it's also a service project, and it's
Mhm.
very patriotic.
It's awesome.
Do you mind if I'm gonna write down your email address, if I have any questions, reach out to you?
Yeah, we'll be happy to help get things set up and answer questions along the way. Like I said, the website is a must, you know, if you're looking
Mhm.
at good size.
This takes a lot of the issues that I've found from the other clubs. This website eliminates the problems that they're having. I mean, they need to know about this too.
Yeah, the website's not perfect, but anytime I've had issues, I email the owner in Texas, and he gets right back to me. Troubleshoot. There's also an app that just came out earlier this year. We haven't tested it yet, but so instead of printing out lists and maps with routes for the teams, they can just log into the app and it'll show their route and they'll just check off the flags as they come up.
Okay, cool.
Not all of our team volunteers are tech savvy, but we're hoping we can roll this out next year. Maybe test it out.
Okay, thank you so much. All right, everyone have a great day. Thank you.
Actually, you gonna send me an agenda for next week or?
Yes.
Sharon, do you need me to make that out to somebody? I